Okay, my wife just came in. Hold on a second.
Hello, wife.
Sorry, our 4-month-old puppy has a tooth that's about to fall out. And
Oh,
she was
no.
like, she said, "Do you think you can work it out without having to pull too hard?" And I just tried, and I'm like, I can't. He's a Chihuahua, so
Oh,
yeah, he will try to eat his tooth if
yeah.
we don't get it before he does. So she was like, I really don't want him to eat this big tooth. But she also likes keeping his teeth because I don't know.
The dog tooth fairy might one day show up.
Like it's not a human tooth. It's not our kid's tooth. It's just fine. It's fine. I don't want him swallowing the tooth, but
Yes.
nothing you can do about it. Anyway, thank you very much. Sorry about that. This is our Hit the Streets demo for Philip, who's one of my wonderful backers, and Desiree is playing with us. We have two characters, a partnership, Smash and Hack. The two of you. Oh, we never named our neighborhood. You guys got to think of a neighborhood name.
I'll leave that one to Philip.
He's definitely the idea man, right?
Oh wow, that's a lot of pressure now.
I know.
Haha.
So Philip, remind us. Tell us a little bit about Brian Ashling.
Sure. Brian is his parents would say a late bloomer, but he would say he's intellectually curious. He's been going to school for a long time, and his family basically just told him he had to get a real job, so he did, and he's now a driver's ed instructor in the Mapleton neighborhood, which is where he currently resides in the Elderman's Cove Apartments. Because the being the newest person hired by the school, he tends to get laid off a lot. So he also works as a super within the building. But by night and weekends, or whenever the phone rings, he's Hack, and he's trying to be a superhero in his neighborhood. Of which he decided to throw this on because because of his idol, Smash.
His idol.
Yes.
Well, Desiree, we have to learn about his idol now. If you could tell us a little bit about her.
Smash, your local neighborhood bruiser. She's been in the superhero game for practically all of her life, all 77 years of it. She disguises herself, her frail old lady body, with like armor, and loves to just solve the problems of the neighborhood when no one's looking. Unfortunately, everybody's looking. Everybody knows who she is, and everybody's pretty happy that she's there, or at least that she keeps out of trouble and keeps some of the trouble out of the neighborhood. She is semi-retired. She works at the city planning office, but at the city hall annex, not at the city hall proper. And honestly, she doesn't do so much city planning as so much cleaning house the old-fashioned way by taking out two brats that scurry in through the pipes and things like that. But on her nights, weekends, early afternoons, she's definitely trying to solve crime.
I love that. Just the idea of like the whole neighborhood just kind of pretends that no, we don't know
who you are.
Only someone. Oh wow, it's Smash again. How does she? Oh, it's just show up. That's so weird and awesome. So I think we are going to open up with a couple of scenes with each of you in your day-to-day work. we're going to start off at Baron von Steuben Memorial High School. Go Crusaders! And BVS is where currently you are employed, Brian.
Yeah, those are the people that pay my health insurance. But it does. It's not as lucrative as I would like it to be. But right now, I'm basically just giving some driver's lessons to kids there and things like that. It also gives me access to work in the shop where that's where I create my scientific masterpieces.
Oh, cool! So there's like a shop, huh? So
there used to be a machine shop there, but due to budget cuts, it was closed down and basically boarded up. But nobody really notices at night when you turn the machines on. So he's one of the few people that can sneak in and still use the equipment.
Nice. We will pick up with you. You happen to be at the teacher's lounge, where there are maybe a half dozen teachers in the high school are here. Some of them planning periods, others are just coming through to get refills on coffee. And Brittany Lee Thomason, the newest teacher at BVS, is there. Because Smash told you that that would be a totally different kind of superhero. Sorry. Smash told you.
We think the AU versions of ourselves.
That was Speedy's nickname, wasn't
it? Oops.
Heroin humor.
Oh man, it's not even a female hero. Anyway, wait, no, it is. Brittany, you've been told by Smash that Brittany Lee Thomason is none other than member of the Storm Pack, daughter of Gentry, Intrepid, the speedster, with her pixie cut blonde hair. She's there, and when she comes in, she goes to the fridge and she pulls out like her little bento box that she puts together herself, and she comes over and sees that you're there. What kind of lunch is Brian sporting for today?
He's actually got a ham and cheese sandwich that one of the people in his building made him. He fixed their sink, and the person made him a stack of ham and cheese sandwiches as payment.
Nice.
So he's got
like
one
some
of
Hellman's mayo on this too. So
oh yeah, it's
good stuff.
Pretty much mostly mayo. The ham's expensive, but I think this is probably the same big vat of Hellman's mayonnaise from BJ's that the person got about 7 years ago. So, but I don't want to ask questions when I'm poor. So I'm eating my sandwich, and I actually call out. I say, I'm actually going to make a pot of coffee in the real coffee maker. And I say this because most teachers are bringing in like their own K-cups for the K-cup dispenser, but you have to bring those in from outside. I go, I'm going to make a pot of coffee. Does anybody else want some Joe?
Oh, several heads pop up, and yes, there's Mr. Harrison, the history teacher, is like, oh, fresh pot? Yeah, that sounds good. And I think that Gladys is going to kind of shuffle forward and grab the last vestiges of what's in the pot, even though it's been there since first period. And this is
Gladys likes that burnt dregs. She always has.
She does. Whereas Brittany volunteers, I don't drink caffeinated drinks, but thank you.
No problem, Miss Thompson. If you ever want to give it a try, I'm sure we can make some decaf.
I just like water because it's pure, like Avion. I mean, I like sparkling water sometimes, but like smart water is the best.
I go, if you're able to drink that bottled water, even with its horrible impact on the environment, you're more confident than I am. And then I turn around and smirk that I think that I kind of put Brittany in her place.
Oh man, let us see if you have. I think putting Brittany in her place right now is so what we're going to do is I'm going to set a difficulty, and you're going to make a cool little die roll here to see if you've put her in her place. I think this is going to be kind of a typical difficulty. She's a little out of her element, kind of a young teacher. You're established. So yeah, I don't. So what we do when we create a die roll or a die pool is we start off, and are you fulfilling your team role as the passion?
No.
Okay, I agree. And this is something then normal, just having a conversation. So we start off with you have one die for your mode of being normal.
Yep.
And now, which stat do you think you're applying here?
Right now, it's probably jaw. Well, I don't know. It might be head because I think I'm throwing out some real facts.
I'm okay with your trying to kind of reason with her and make her think again. So sure. So that takes you 3 more dice. That's a total of 4 dice that you have. You're not using either of your powers. You need a 4, 5, or 6 to succeed, and you need 2 of them. Now you have one last choice here. Is you have 4 spark to start off with. You can spend your spark 1 for 1 to give yourself more dice if you would like before you make your roll.
I don't think this is spark worthy.
I would agree. Though you got a pretty good shot here. Tension is not in effect, and I'll explain what that means when tension ever does become in effect. But it just makes things a little more dangerous. So go ahead and roll your 4 6-sided dice, and let's see if you get a couple of 4, 5s, or 6s. A 4 and a 6. 2 pals, as we call them in Hit the Streets. Brittany, as you turn and smirk, we see Brittany's her expression just it turns a little dour, and she looks over her smart water and she flips the label and she starts reading it, trying to understand where's this bottle? She's mumbling to herself as you make your coffee. And when you come back, you see that she set her bento box down beside your ham and cheese sandwich. And she says, I'm Brittany, by the way. I don't think we've met.
I'm Brian. It's. I think we've met a few times, but
Really?
we haven't really talked a whole lot. Yeah, but you're meeting a lot of new people, so it's to be expected.
Oh, and everyone's so nice and helpful.
Yeah.
And so yeah. And she pulls out her little lacquered chopsticks and starts eating out of her bento box. Is that ham?
It is. This was it's actually quite good ham.
Oh, I'm a vegetarian. She says that she has, and you can see it's a little squid sushi roll that she's eating.
Mm-hmm. And I'm certain all the creatures of the land like that and appreciate that. But they're okay. But squid, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like a pescatarian.
Pescatarian, okay.
Pescatarian.
Yeah, that means you eat fish. That's right. This is good.
Right.
Have you been a pescatarian for a while?
Oh God, for forever. I mean, I was
vegan
for a bit. Oh, at least 6 months, serious. And she pulls out her phone and she starts showing you all the Instagram pics of her food that she's eaten for the last several weeks. She just kind of spins through. I have my own Insta account for the food.
That's and this one here, is that just a pic? Did you just look at the bacon?
Oh, right. I kind of cheated just a little bit. And
yeah,
I felt terrible, and it was worst. It was really terrible. I have a really high metabolism. Ryan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a really high metabolism, and it's very hard. It's so hard because I'm really hungry.
I understand. So you've got to make sure that you take in the calories. You're still young. You're still growing.
Oh my god, like, am I? She looks
Yeah,
down.
but in good ways.
Um,
Oh my God,
okay.
this is. I'm being very awkward. I'm sorry. I, I, I.
We lost Desiree.
Yeah, she's. I, I. So what else are you having besides your pescatarian lunch? What do you teach? I'm sorry, Miss Thompson. What do you teach here?
Oh, I am teaching literature. It's like English, except more writing and stuff.
Okay, yeah. Uh, I have a degree in it. Um, what
Really?
what yeah
Like, what are you teaching?
actually right now I'm teaching automotive safety. I'm making sure that people when they're putting behind themselves behind the wheel of a dangerous object, the last thing they do is hurt themselves or others.
Oh my god! Like, you're the driver's ed guy?
Some people call it driver's ed. I call it being a lifesaver.
Oh no, that's like a candy.
Well, that can also be a lifesaver.
I
So
mean,
can a
not that I eat it because it's just empty calories. God, right?
yeah. Got to avoid the empty calories. Um, so what do you what kind of literature like what's your what book are you guys reading right now in your literature class?
Oh well, like, and then she goes over and she opens up her little planner, and she's like taking copious notes, and there are all these different colored post-it notes where this like it's her handwriting and then like someone else's handwriting who's helped her, and she's going through that, and all of a sudden her phone buzzes, or it's like, and she
I,
flips it
I
over.
point and I go, I don't actually think that's a picture of George Eliot. That's a man.
Um, what? Like,
Never mind. What I think you have a phone call.
and she flips it over, and you see that that it's like a message from her her other member of the Storm Patrol, Slipshade, and it
Does it
says,
say Slipshade on there?
of course it does.
Yeah. Yep. I figured as much. I go, do you need to take your secret message somewhere?
Like, it's private, so yes, but like, okay. And then she takes her phone, and she leaves her journal and her bento box, and she picks up her smart water, and she goes to answer the phone, but she like pours out her smart water as she's talking, and then just does tap water into it, takes a sip, and then makes a face and like pours that out, and then puts the smart water bottle in the recycling bin, which is like over full because nobody actually changes it out. Um, and yeah, she's talking to the other member of the Storm Patrols. Do you want to just?
Yeah, I kind of want to listen to see what it is they're saying.
Ooh, is this a thing where you might, as a hacker, want to do something there from a tech or gadget perspective?
Basically, what I'm going to do is very, very low tech. I'm going to figure out where she is standing in the room, and basically position myself to just get the best echo. So I can stay and look at the wall, but knowing as long as she's in that position, I'm going to pretty much hear exactly what's going on.
Awesome. Okay, cool. So I'm not even going to put that to a roll. That just fits for me. And you've got a head that's pretty amazing, head of 3. So sure, you get that, and you catch the smattering of conversation as you move into the right kind of geolocation or echolocation there, and you hear, sis, dad asked for us to stay out of this one, okay? But like, if he causes trouble, and like, that's our job. I mean, he wants us to do hero stuff, but then like, we're not supposed to hero stuff. That makes no sense, okay? Makes no sense, Kellen. It's just dumb. Well, listen, making him happy is what we're here to do. The heroing makes him happy, not heroing makes him happy. So just like do what he says, okay? Okay, but if anyone gets hurt, I'm going to be really upset. And it's going to look bad for us. I don't think they're out to hurt anybody. It's fine. Just let it go, okay? God, Kellen, you're the worst. I know Dad would just put you up to put me up to this. But like, okay, I'm going to go talk to Steve?
Sure.
Okay, bye. And then she'll come back over. So we're going to cut away to Angela. So Angela, I'm really curious. You work. You've got the pneumatic tube that comes up to you. Do you have how's your office set up? Like, is there anything that's really noteworthy when we come in? Like, how does the artist draw on?
It's it's a bullpen situation, so nobody has any sort of privacy. They did that maybe like 2 years ago because someone said it would make us all more productive. It's made it the exact opposite.
Of course.
My cubicle is just full of pictures of my grandchildren. Just like, and not like, they're literally just printed from the printer here. Just like giant 8.5 by 11 pictures of my grandkids that I found on Facebook, and I'm just printing out now. Yeah, it's cute. It's adorable. I have like my personalized mug. I have my like 20th anniversary placard that says how long I've been there. Huh?
Which is on top of the other 20th anniversary placard that you have.
Exactly.
Because they only do them 20 years at a time.
Exactly. and one of them was when I was at City Hall, and then this 20th, the newest 20th one is from the annex, so it's way worse than the other one.
One's gold and one's a gold laminate.
Yeah. It's already chipping. It's terrible. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm kind of imagining. Tell me if this is off key, but like, there's no central heat and air. It's all like window unit air conditioning stuff going on.
Yeah, like I've got like a heater underneath my desk, and then I have a blanket. I've got my ergonomic like chair with a bunch of pillows on it. It's like, it's super comfy because I obviously am here for life.
Yes. Awesome. So we pick up as we see this scene, we hear the tail end of Kellen's conversation with his half sister, where he's like, well, okay then, all right, bye. Yep, no, bye. And then he comes over, and Kellen he's got, like, if this were the 80s, he would have a pop collar, feathered hair. I think he does have just like the spritz thing going on,
yeah.
like
slightly
the hair gel.
It's slightly spiky, slightly feathery.
Yeah. Like frosted. Do you think frosted tips? Do you think?
Oh God, are they coming back?
He thinks they are.
Oh no.
Yeah, and so he comes over and he says, "Angie, you look great today."
Oh, thank you. My arthritis is hurting up today, but I got the little shots and it feels so good. So now I'm just all good for the rest of the week.
That's fantastic. That is amazing. You just brighten up the whole office.
Oh, thank you. I try my best. Oh.
Listen.
But what you need, your cubicle doesn't have anything about you. Where's your girlfriend? Where's your boyfriend? Where's your family? We got to see me. You've been here for how long?
Oh God, like 5 whole months. This is the longest
5
I've ever
whole
had
months.
a job.
You haven't put any pictures up in your cubicle. We should put some pictures up. We should get you one of those cute calendars with the baby animals. I'm sure we have some in the supply closet. It might be from 2018, but the pictures are good.
Okay. Fair. Listen, I've got a project and I need you to look over the work for it. It's going to be real involved.
What? I mean, well, let me take a look at it and see.
Awesome. So
Yeah.
this is his normal style of getting him trying to get you to do his work for him.
Yeah, she's kind of just like, I'm gonna help you a little bit.
Nice. So, yeah, he comes over, and I think he's got like stuff that he's printed out from the dot matrix printer. So it's like that green and white lined. You
And it still
know,
has like the perforations on the end.
guess it still has
It's
the
like,
perforations. He doesn't even realize that you can like
take them
that's
off.
Yeah, he has
Kids
no
these days.
no idea. He didn't even know that this thing, how it worked until like the fourth time you showed him. So this time he's printed out all of I'm imagining it's like data files on several different citizens who have submitted some requests for particular like improvements to aspects of like the park benches and other stuff like that. And so
Okay.
it's supposed to be this is supposed to be filed and collated, and like I don't even know what a collate is.
Well, let me tell you what collating. So I immediately just like hand him a staple. I am trying to keep the papers in his hands because I know that the minute that he hands them to me, he will go. So I'm just like, oh, you just like staple it here and you make sure all these papers, but I'm making sure I don't actually touch anything at all.
Okay, now just so I make sure that I remember what we were talking about in character, he knows. Does he know Smash because of his dad Gentry? Does he know Angela is like Auntie Angela?
I probably haven't. I know. I think he does know Auntie Angela. And I'm so glad that he's working. Getting some experience. I'm less pleased with the kind of work that he does that he turns in. So I'm trying not to. But his dad's also a big guy, so it's just like, well, I can help you. But also, I'm 70. I'm old, so this is also slightly too much work for me, anyways.
Cool. So, you realize that there's something different about the way he's trying to get you to do this work for him, rather than just like the whole seagull of like swoop in, crap, and go.
Yeah.
He's like, it feels like he's trying to keep you
busy.
Keep you busy, keep you kind of.
Well, I mean, what's his name again? I know his name.
It's in the NPCs and places. His name
Kellen.
is Kellen.
Like Kellen, honey. This really isn't as bad as you think it is. I mean, we could do this like in an hour. If you just put our minds to it, just done for the afternoon. We can go home. It'll be a great time.
Okay. An hour? Yeah, let's do that.
An hour or so. Yeah, we could probably
and he'll sit on your desk there, kind of gently nudge aside like a cat doing something.
Yeah, my cat thing's gonna fall. It's just so delicate. It's just fragile, just like me, So I'll just kind of like fix things out. Let's see. Do I know that he's like his identity? Oh no, I do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like it's kind of surreptitiously as we're working, like, so how's work? It's like a grandma asking like how your dating scene is going.
Oh, right. Yeah, like he's like, oh, it's good. It's real good. Yeah.
Everything's good. You're not too. It's not wearing you. You're not burning both ends on the candle on both ends, are you?
Oh, that's a phrase for something bad, right?
Right. You don't want to overwork yourself with this paperwork. Yeah.
Great. Yeah. No, I think I'm not doing that thing.
That's good. That's good, honey.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good. Awesome.
You and your sister are doing okay?
Yeah, we're great.
That's good.
Real good. It's
everything. Doing a great job.
She's really enjoying working at the school. I really think Dad shouldn't have put her in. Like, that's really not her thing, though.
The school, or
like educating people, or
yeah,
smart. Yeah, like
you gotta find your calling. I never thought I'd be a city planner. Look at me now.
It's true.
Yeah,
You plan cities.
I sure do. Look how well I planned this one.
And then you hear someone scream out, "Oh God, there's a rat!"
Oh, yeah, gotta go. Yep, go. Everybody calm down.
So we cut back to Hack. Hack, being a techie with your gadgetry, how do you get notifications that there are things going wrong in the neighborhood?
Um, there's actually a neighborhood app, and for the most part, I crowdsource it. So with all of the elderly in this neighborhood, pretty much all of them have access to the internet now, and they really like to complain. So you usually have to weed through it a little bit to figure out what's going on, but you can usually, find a disturbance.
I have a
And
question for you, Hack.
yeah.
How often are you facing somebody whose office? That's all that anybody on Nextdoor complains about.
Oh my God, yes.
The
right?
problem with Amazon right now is they went out and they've hired a ridiculous team of superheroes, and all they do is investigate package thefts. So they've pretty much fixed that problem in this, but
I love the future.
But it's fixed with overkill. So they've gone out and hired heroes that, a person stole, what looked like they were stealing a package, and then one of these heroes just run up and just bludgeoned a person when they were just trying to, move it for their next door neighbor. But for the most part, package theft isn't really a thing. So they've been pretty good about it, and they complain a lot. But you can usually figure it out. That's been my best way of looking things. I also have a police scanner, a couple guys on the police force, that sort of thing.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
So after you troll through the suspicious activity, this vehicle was in our next door neighbor's driveway when their son got off the bus today at about 3 p.m. And a few things along like EPS, USPS have been waiting for a package for 2 days now. It's supposed to be delivered Sunday. According to tracking, it arrived at Forest Lake at 7:45 Monday morning, but it was out for delivery. I got a message that a tip was made. Like the detailed time. It's Rich reading off of a couple of next door locals because that's just the best suggestion, Desiree, ever. But sandwiched in that is a police report that there is a disturbance. Police have been called for trouble near, actually on Overland Avenue.
Oh, okay.
And the address is actually Angela's house.
Oh, dear God. I stand up. I excuse myself. I realize I really don't have much else left to do. And I start to run outside and realize that.
Do you mind if I throw your ham sandwich away if you're done? Because it smells.
No, please do.
What is this sour cream? It's really thick.
Yeah, it is. I've got to go. Enjoy your class.
Okay.
I'm sure.
See you later, Bobby.
Yeah. Okay. And I run outside and try to do the calculation in my head how far it's going to be to run, because I don't drive my car to work, and I usually take the bus.
Oh, God.
But I've got super feet, so I just jog.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you jog up Overland Avenue, crossing over. Oh, we never even named the cross street there, but I'm gonna grab. What do you guys think about West Spring Fork? Does that work for you guys?
Oh yeah, that's totally good.
All right, cool. So then you cross West Spring Fork, and that is not what I wanted. Okay, cool. You cross West Spring Fork, and as you're getting closer, you see that there are a few police cars here, and they are facing off with. I'll have a picture to show, and by showing the picture, you will get to know that. Well, actually, maybe I can hide it. There we go. Awesome. I'm smart. I hid the name because the guy has a name, but it's part of the pictures. But I hid it because I'm smart. Here we go. Let me share this cool pic with you. This guy is facing down with the cops. He's got a like motorcycle helmet thing going on, and he is staying right near Angela's house. And it looks like there's a like a standoff with the cops going on, and yeah, he has basically his hands out, and one of the cops that walked around with his gun out has stopped moving entirely. As you were going on your way, is this a thing where you would probably reach out to?
Oh yeah, but I'm trying to be subtle because she had, Angela would probably freak out. So I just explained to her that I think there's something around your house that you might want to check out.
Are you texting me or are you calling me?
Yeah,
Because I got my hands full of Tube Rat.
I call you. Texting does not really work with Angela.
Okay. Just so you're aware, I have like one of those like wireless headsets, but I also can't gauge sound. So I'm like literally just yelling at you.
Yes.
Like, what?
Angela, there's a problem with your house. You do realize
What?
that the headset amplifies the sound.
What?
You don't.
There's
another rat that's coming down the tunnel.
You hear this chittering.
There's a problem at your house.
Is it a rat problem?
I don't know, but you should probably get home.
Okay. Did my kids forget their key again?
Casa de Angela problem. Let's go.
What? And then I just like hang up.
Okay.
I'll be there.
Cool. So, does your armor have any kind of like locomotion to it, or is that why you've got Hack driving around?
Yeah, well, I definitely feel it doesn't so much has locomotion. Like it's definitely not, for whatever reason, what mechanic we've done with it, it's not heavy, so I'm not slowed down with so much of the armor. It just keeps me safe and moving. So I also jog to my house because I think it's not that big of a problem.
Nice.
But I am like, but it's not like, it's just like, because I'm spryer than most. It's not like my old lady power walk. It's an actual like heading home briskly, like, oh, there's a problem, but it's not a big deal. And then I come home and I'm like, it's a fucking big deal.
It's a big deal. Are you armored up? Or like, are there people like, oh, smash?
I am like one block away and then I see the police and I'm like, I just turn a corner and try to find like the nearest dark place to put on my armor. It's like, there's no more phone booths, so here I am.
Why does this old lady always walk around with a tuba case?
I'm a musician.
Great. Go ahead and put your tuba over here, okay, Angela? That's great. Awesome. So you see this guy, he's done something with his hands and the cop can't move. What do you want to do? You're first on the scene. Angela's going to be arriving soon. I want to imagine you called ahead, right? So she's headed this way as you're heading in. I don't, want you to have to work by yourself for too long, but you're definitely first on the scene. So what do you want to do here, Hack?
I just since I'm not really in uniform or really, dressed for this. How many cops are there? And you're saying that none of them are moving?
There are 2 cop cars here, so 4 total cops, and none of them are currently moving.
I'll just walk over to the situation that's going on, and just say, "Are you guys filming a movie here again?"
Nice. Cool. So the you step out with your bravado, looking like a normal, average, everyday guy in his late 30s, mid to late 30s, sorry. And the guy with the motorcycle helmet turns and regards you, and he says, "Listen, you should go, or you're going to get in trouble old man.
Are you going to put something on my permanent record?
And he walks over to the cop, and he reaches down and pulls his gun as the guy's standing there. He just like pulls his gun out of his holster, and then kind of pats his hand and says, "It could be permanent, yeah. Skedaddle, all right."
Why are you here? At this point, I'm very confused. So I just start to look at him and just say, why are you here at this house?
And so we're clear, like he's on the sidewalk in front of the house. He's not actually in the house, but yeah, he's definitely he's causing a trouble at that. Like you see where the fence was knocked over, the mailbox has been smashed.
I just painted that.
Yeah, at this point, I'm just trying to feel out the situation and wait because I have a feeling that we've got somebody coming that can help me out because I think this guy is way out of my weight class.
Cool. So you are kind of chatting with him a little bit as you hear the clunk, clunk, clunk of Smash making your way here, and you happen to notice he's wearing a motorcycle helmet. You can't really see his eyes, but he glances his head up a couple times. And when you follow that gaze, you see that there is someone else here. He is up, kind of leaning out of one of the windows of the high rise that's across the street from Angela's place. And you know this guy, or at least you've seen. His name is Black Bow. He's a mercenary for hire, and he has trick arrows.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine if Green Arrow / Hawkeye were bad. That's kind of your Black Bow setup. And Black Bow has an explosive tip on his arrow, and he's drawing it back, and it looks like he's getting ready to draw a bead on the house. What do you do?
What I do is one of the things that I do have in my pockets. I always have something that's a little bit fun. I guess I have a flubberized flubberized version of kind of one of those bouncy balls, like one of those pink, foam balls.
Oh yeah, do not taunt Happy Fun Ball.
Absolutely, and it doesn't. It's one of those where it's just an industrial strength version of that when you throw it at something, it really accelerates.
Awesome.
And what I just want to do is I want to try to see if I can catch an angle to basically knock his shot offline.
Fantastic. So I think let's put that to a roll. You are definitely in your wheelhouse of being super.
Yes.
And you've used a gadget, so those two are there. Feels like tools because you're using a tool to get the job done.
Yeah, I mean it could be tools. I'm always going to try to make it feet because it's dexterity, but it very well could be tools.
You know what? I'm good. I'm good with you going ahead with feet. That works. So yeah, let's see how many dice we got. So this is going to be pretty crazy, right? Because you're trying to use a gadget to stop an arrow that has taken flight. I'm going to say this is going to be remarkable, and it's an explosive arrow, and you're using your super ability. So now tension is in effect. So what that means when I say tension is in effect is you need successes, 4 POWs of 4 or more. But for every one that you roll, whether you're successful or not, it costs you a spark.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Now, if you run out of a spark, that doesn't necessarily mean you're like dead or out of the fight, but you lose access to your superpowers and your mode of being super until you regain that spark. And spark can be regained by doing things for your neighborhood, connecting with your teammates, and having them reinforce you, or doing compassionate actions for people around you that you care about.
Okay.
So let's have you build that role. You've got the super of 3. Do you feel like the passion applies here for your team role?
This is basically me doing something that is really not smart, but he's doing it because of his heart. So I would say yeah.
Okay, cool. So 1 for passion, 3 for super, takes you up to 4 dice. We just talked about it being feat related. So that is going to take you up to 10 dice, and you're using your gadgetry power. That's 12 dice. Holy cats.
If you botch this, my goodness.
Of course I'm going to botch it. That's what my character does.
Yes.
I see a lot of dice out there, and a lot of them are over 4 or more.
7 successes.
What does it look like when you throw Happy Fun Ball and stop Blackbow's explosive arrow?
What you see this person do is kind of reach into his pocket, without really a bulge, and suddenly he pulls out something that should have made a bulge in his pocket. Basically, it's the size of a baseball. He turns around. He throws the rubber ball. He bounces it off Angela's house, and it careens into the actual exploding arrow. And as the ball hits it, you kind of see the rubber stretch around the arrow, and
nice,
completely surrounded. And then it goes, and then it distends into its shape and kind of falls to the ground.
Nice. So Smash, you make it onto the scene to see this arrow headed toward your house, and you see Hack kind of do a couple bounce trick shot here and stop the arrow in mid-flight, and you realize there's some trouble. What do you do?
It is trouble, but he did something so amazing. So I want to clap him on the shoulder with my armored hand and say, "Amazing job!" And then I realize that he's not he's not suited up. I'm like, "Citizen, what a wonderful thing you've done today."
Thank you, ma'am.
And then I turn over to the guy, the motorcycle helmet guy.
Okay, cool. I don't know, like how up on villains in the city is Smash? Like, is she reasonably cognizant of
relatively, but definitely, especially with the new kids in town, she's not as up to date because they would just get on the scene faster than she would.
Fair.
So she's kind of more like, these are our local thugs, and here's some gang members that I know that come in through the city, and the occasional villain who comes in more than once. But for the new guys, just less.
All right. Yeah. As far as you know, these guys are out of towners. You're not familiar with motorcycle helmet guy. By the way, every inch of his body is covered by costume. So, he sees you, and he is, you go over, you congratulate, and he's going to try to freeze you. What do you want to do?
I'm smashed, so I'm going to go and bum rush him. Like, just headlong, try to grab him by the torso to stop, just kind of pick him up.
That sounds amazing. So basically grabbing him up while he's trying to freeze you, his action is going to make this a little more challenging of a difficulty for you.
Right.
So I'm going to say that it's also remarkable, and tension's in effect for you as well.
Okay.
You're definitely being a bruiser. You are so filling that team role right now.
Yeah.
Being super as well. So that puts you at a 4 dice.
Okay.
You're running up to tackle him. So that is definitely going to be a hands action. So now you're up to 7 dice.
Okay.
Is there anything can I spend a spark to motivate her?
You 100% can. If you want to spend that spark, you can give her another die. That'll be your 8th die, I believe.
Could I say that my perception gave me even like a split second on him? Like, I saw him about to move, and
Absolutely.
okay.
So you're up to 10 total dice that you're trying to roll.
10 d6.
Do you want to spend any of your spark to give you more?
I think I'll go with the 10. If I botch a 10, I've got a problem.
You
All
need
right.
4 successes, and ones will drain your spark up to the challenge rating of 4. So
Okay, got it.
if you roll more than 4 ones because the difficulty was 4, you won't lose any more spark after that.
Got it. Okay, cool. All right. Is my internet? Oh, 4 successes.
I
That's
see
4 successes?
exactly 4. This is what you need. You need a remarkable success. You did
Get a
roll
1.
1.
Yeah, so that
So that
reduces
means
my
you
spark,
lose
right?
a spark. Yeah, so a little bit of pain involved in this. So I think there's a moment where you kind of hitch up.
Mhm.
Maybe you can, like, one of your muscles is going to be a little strained. You're going to need a little extra liniment oil
Oh,
on
I
it
should have
later.
warmed up this morning.
You did not
It
warm
did
up.
not.
Yeah.
No.
So you tackle, and what does it look like when you tackle Zero, which is this guy's name?
It is like with my armor on. Like without my armor on, I'm like maybe 5 pounds, like 5 feet, 100 pounds wet. With the armor, I am like at least like almost 6, much more bulky. This giant, massive a man, kind of just bum rushing, grabbing, and moving remarkably fast. To kind of just like grab him by the by his torso and just like bodily lift him up, just to kind of like stop for whatever he's doing. It's not the smartest move, but it's definitely a move.
Nice.
Because now I've got him. I'm just like, and I look at Hack, and I'm like, oh, you're not. Oh.
Good job, superheroine.
Thank you.
Cool. So, seeing that things are going awry faster than he had anticipated, Black Bow is going to draw another arrow, and he's going to take aim at the house.
This time, I pick up an acorn and I stare at him and I go, "Put that down."
Ooh, you want to try to intimidate him?
Yeah, I'm bluffing.
Okay. That's pretty great.
Or at least get him to try to focus his attention on me.
Okay, fair enough. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to set 2 difficulties for you at this point. If you just want to distract him from taking the shot at the house, which means he's going to take the shot at you, then you just need a good difficulty.
Yeah.
You need 3.
My thinking is, with my super feet, I can get out of the way of the arrow.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd rather he shoot and waste the arrow missing me than hitting the house.
Makes sense. Now, if you want to try to get an incredible difficulty, you will intimidate him to the point where he's just going to cut and run because he's way outclassed by this weird random citizen who can block his shots. Like, the random people, like, I didn't have to deal with the mechanized old lady.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what would that be?
That would be 5 successes. So 3 successes to just get him to aim at you instead. 5 successes to have him cut and run and just he's out of the fight. He's just going back into the building, getting on his black bow cycle and riding off into. It's themed. It's all themed.
Well, let's see. Let's build the pool and see.
All right.
So if I'm going to try to dodge.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be super using my feet. I don't get the 2 for super feet. Let's see. So that would be 9.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it would be 9 dice, and I'd spend a spark. So that would be I'd have 10 dice, and I need to get 5.
You need 5 successes. If so, you are not harmed. Well, the fact that this is tension involved means you may lose some spark. You may get a little hurt from this. We'll see. But yeah, if you get 5 successes, he is out of here. He is done with this.
Quick question.
I'll clear.
Yes. Does spark refresh at the end of like a scene or a session, or
you have to actively refresh it?
Okay.
So you need to take an action in order
to do things.
refresh.
Yeah.
Yep. And we'll talk about that once this fight's over. You can actually help people out in fight. So if you see somebody's really low on spark, you can try to offer them specific encouragement and open up a little bit emotionally to them, and that's how you refresh spark. It's usually its own dedicated scene, but sometimes we'll do like little flashbacks where you encourage people and restore their faith and self-confidence. But anyway, let's see this die roll here.
Let's see what it is. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 3 spark.
Oh,
Ooh.
so close. So the good news is you got that 3 successes, which means that he aims at you.
Mhm.
Bad news is that he isn't going to cut and run. And the explosive arrow tip, you dodge out of the way, but the explosion is large enough to where it throws you. I'm sorry, but you failed. So it throws you all the way through her fence.
Oh.
And you land in the bird bath and knock it over.
Oh no.
Oh no.
That bird bath, if I remember, like when the concrete was setting, her grandkids like put their initials in it on the side. Yeah. And
Well,
you,
the good thing is that's on the ground. So I'm just going to smash the bird bath above ground. So we should be okay.
Yeah, that's on the ground part. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, you take 3 spark worth of damage. Now,
I am down.
that is not good. If you right now you are out of your 0 spark. You no longer have access to your super mode or any of your powers until you're able to restore that. You're beaten. What did we see? What is that picture that shows us that Hack has taken a mighty blow, sacrificed himself for Angela's house?
Basically, at this point, you just see the arrow comes right at him. At which point, you see the calculations go through his mind, and then he realizes, "Oh my God, I can't get out of the way of this." So he tries to run as fast as he can. He gets right to the edge of the explosion, and it blows him. It blows him over. He's down on the ground, and he's mumbling something about, I'm trying to help the house. Don't hurt her house."
Oh, that's so sad. It's so sad.
Going after my house.
Oh, Smash! You hold 0 up above your head when you see Black Bow fire and hit your, I assume, sidekick. Like,
He's my good friend now.
sure,
He's my adopted grandson at this point.
you're
He's the only one that calls.
Legit.
Legit.
True. What do you want to do?
Smash is not the most strategic lady. And it kind of just goes through gut instinct. And I want to use my perception to measure the distance to where Black Bow is and literally just chuck 0 that way.
That's insane, and I love it. Throwing 0 at Black Bow really is just like the best plan. And so you're going to need a good difficulty, but
Yes.
tension is in effect.
Yes.
Cool. So you're being a bruiser for sure. This is
Mhm.
a super action because you're throwing someone. So that's 4 dice that you have.
Mhm.
You're throwing with your hands.
Right. So
Turns
that should
out
put
that
me
you're
7.
really good at that. So that gets you up to 7. And you used your perception to calculate the distance. So that is now a 9.
A 9. I'm going to spend 1 more spark to get me another die. So we'll do another
Love
10.
rolling 10 dice, right?
I do. It's an addiction.
It's
All right,
amazing.
let's
I'm going
see.
to clear the dice from before.
Cool.
There we go.
I would have, but I'm unconscious.
Those were very
Alright.
good dice anyway.
Yeah. Come on. Woo!
Wow, no once whatsoever.
No
That is an
one.
incredible. So, I think we see you. Do you like gorilla throw kind of thing, or do you like baseball? What does the throw look like from Smash?
It'd be cooler if it was like a football throw, to be honest. But it's just all emotion now. So it's a definite gorilla throw. Just like he's up, fuck it, and then just turn and just chuck that way.
Nice.
And once
kinda
he's gone,
flies end over end, and
I don't even look. Like, I know in my heart, and also because of my helmet, that it's gonna land. So the moment that he's out of my hands, I'm like turning towards this random citizen who is now in my bird bath, trying to get him up and like to safety.
yeah, and yeah, you head over to try to help out poor Hack. We hear in the background like the sound of the glass breaking when Zero smashes into Black Bow up on the 4th floor of the building across the
Neighboring.
street. Yes, yeah. So, what do you say to Hack when you reach down to try to help him out?
I say, you know, the house is important, but you didn't have to do something so stupid. And I just like lift him up, kind of like carry him like over my armored shoulder, just like, this is my prize now. But I do turn to see if the cops are now moving.
Yes, the cops are moving. That's doing that kind of head shake thing, and they see what you're doing. By the way, I like the little connection there, so I think that we'll allow that to be like a pocket refresh scene. As long as we see something back from Hack, like what is the emotional response to her caring about you, but also kind of admonishing you? How do you react to that?
I say, I know your house is important to you, so it's important to me. At which point, I slide my hand down into the pocket of her armor where I know she keeps her Werther's originals, and I just take out one of the Werther's originals and I just put it in my mouth. I go, just drop me somewhere near the car.
Nice. So each of you will get 2 spark back.
Woo.
From that brief little refresh scene, a bonding scene that you have between the two of you. And yeah, at this point, you appear to have fended off these 2 ne'er-do-wells who are trying to perhaps destroy your house. Not
I
entirely
see.
sure.
I'm definitely not sure about what's going on.
Oh, they were trying to destroy your house.
My house, but why my house? Look how beautiful it is. It's just old. It's just very, not decrepit, but definitely just like it's an old house.
It needs new windows. It needs new everything.
Mm-hmm. It definitely needs a new fence.
Yeah, I'm sorry about the fence and the bird bath.
Yeah.
But basically, all it was just pigeons with attitudes, anyway.
Well, yeah. So go ahead.
Yeah. So why are they trying to explode your house?
I don't know. Why are they trying to? You're the one who called me over, and I kind of like look. Now I look at where Black Bow was. Are they still there, or they're gone?
Yeah, they're gone. You see the broken windows, and they've vamoosed.
If only we could have stopped them.
I think you did.
Well, not too much, but we'll figure it out. You ever seen those kids before?
No.
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 Well, we're gonna do some homework tonight. What do you want? Do you want lasagna? I'm gonna make lasagna. You come over.
I will show you how to use the internet again, but no, stop using Bing.
But no, but you made a button for the Google, and I looked for it, but I didn't see it.
It's just Google. It's not the Google.
Okay, but that thing has an E. There's like, that's the only one. There was no G, so I looked for the E. That was best that I could do.
Yeah, but how did you even get to Bing? I don't understand. As soon as you're 70, the computer just knows and just sends you to Bing. That's fine. We'll look online. We'll try to find it. Lasagna is fine. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Cool. So do we want to like cut to home scene of you guys doing some research and eating lasagna pieces?
Oh yeah.
You hear in the background the modem connecting because she has dial-up.
I have like one of those old-fashioned like secretary desks that you kind of roll up and then
Yeah.
So you're like sitting on a wooden chair with like a lasagna plate on it while you're still trying to click.
Yeah.
And like everything. Oh man.
Yep.
Does Angela have a doorbell? And if so, what does it sound like? Is it one of those like chime doorbells, or do you have to actually just knock? I'm really curious.
I definitely think the chime doorbell, just kind of like a simple, no fun music, just like a ding dong.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, you hear that as you guys
Oh,
are dialing up, and you're hearing the 9600 baud modem.
okay. Well, I'll go get the door. My password list is right there next to the mouse. So you can just log me in.
Yep.
Oh, it's the best. I think we have the same grandmother.
Everybody's grandmother. And it's like the password is like my husband's name and then his birthday.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
So Angela, you make your way to the front door. Imagine like porch light comes on and you see that there is a guy standing there. He's in a nice suit. He appears to be around the age of Kellen and Brittany. But
I open the door, but I don't let it like swing open, like just enough to kind of like, oh, like, oh, hello, can I help you?
hi, are you Angela Weaver?
I hope so. I've been answering her mail.
That's cute.
Yeah.
That's really cute. Hi, I'm Asher Cannon. I'm from Verdant Vista Group, VVG. We actually own that building right there, and we have your we've purchased the policy for your home insurance recently. You saw that we sent you letters about the.
I get so busy sometimes, and then between like, Publishers Clearinghouse and all of these charities, I might have gotten lost now. But no, I wasn't aware of you buying my my properties. Well, what does that mean?
Well, we can't. The
insurance, But
right, yeah. But the home insurance is actually now part of VVG, the Verdant Vista Group. We do have home insurance, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the. There was a police report that was filed about some activity earlier today.
Oh yeah, it hurt one of your buildings over there, and I just pointed out, like, you should really double check what's going on over there. All these super villains, making a mess of things.
You're right. Very dangerous.
Angela, did you tell him that the supervillains were coming from his building? Therefore, they're probably liable?
Oh, that's a good point. Like, you should definitely lawyer up, take care of that. You don't want any funny business happening at your buildings.
I'll take that under advisement, Angela. And you are? I'm Asher Cannon.
Oh, he's helping me find the Google.
Oh, that's great.
I'm just tech support.
Well, I don't want to take up too much of your time. Ms. Weaver.
You should get his card. Get his card.
Oh, that's right. I'm glad. Do you still have a business card? I love it when people have business cards.
Of course, he pulls out a little wallet and he flips it open. And he's got a little VVG symbol on his thing, and it's Asher Cannon. He's assistant vice president, and he says, "I just wanted to come by and let you know that your rates are going to be going up because of the supervillain activity that's recently taken place. And yeah, I just want to make you aware that unfortunately those rates are going to be pretty exorbitant. We are in, as you can know, supervillain activity is going to be extremely devastating.
I mean, my previous policy had coverage, I think, didn't it? It should cover. There's that superhero clause.
So when the policy transferred over to VVG, we actually it was in the letter you said you misplaced it. Your policy went to our default standard, and a lot of the riders that you had in, unfortunately, there was no coverage for, as we consider, like superhero or super being acts. So yeah. Anyway. Here.
Don't worry. Just get his card, because fundamental policy changes like that actually require physical observation and commitment on our side.
Oh, really? That's good.
Don't worry about it. We'll just go down to your office at the at City Hall and make sure that we just knock this out. I'm sure there are about 4 or 5 lawyers over there that would love to help you out. You've been
I
baking
do
the
know
cake
all the
for
lawyers at City
years.
Hall. I've known them since they were children. They know me. It's good.
Mhm.
We'll just take this all down.
Don't worry.
Sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
Good. So I just want to make sure that you're aware of that.
Well,
Ms.
I'm
Weaver.
aware of it now, Mr. I see it, but I don't remember. It's Asher what's his
Cannon.
last name?
Cannon.
Cannon. Yes,
Yeah.
Mr. Cannon. And I'll be sure to look for you the next time I'm down at City Hall.
All right, fantastic. Well, you have an excellent night, Ms. Weaver. And by the way, if you ever change your mind about selling this house because it's too expensive because of the policies,
You know, you can't put a price tag on memories, my friend. So, you know, as much as my children would love, kind of go move in with them, I'm gonna stay here.
At which
Okay.
point I want to stand up and kind of walk over because I want to try to catch the license plate, the make and model of the car as it leaves.
oh yeah, easy enough. You can
Yeah.
grab that. And he heads out to his sleek little. I think he probably has a Tesla, right? Because
Yeah.
That bastard.
not like the sleek, like I can't remember which model it is, but the one that's a little race car-y, not the 4-door sedan.
Mm-hmm. Just the
Okay.
fancy one.
The
Mhm.
$100,000 one.
Yes. Yes.
Well, he's got about as much style as he does class.
Ain't that the truth?
So
I
I
mean, like I
guess
said,
that's I guess we just found a supervillain.
close the door. These assholes. These sons of bitches trying to come in here, raise my rates.
You fought the League of Anarchy for years.
And then this
You-
insurance fuck.
You single-handedly beat the misogyny squad.
I know.
And then this guy comes in and
have a
thinks he's going to push you around?
Oh. Coverage my ass.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the misogyny squad. I totally need to put that in the game.
Mhm.
So now I know that there are guys with exploding arrows and the guy with the motorcycle helmet, that thinks that, he's something. But that guy, that's the bad guy.
That is the bad guy. But how do we fight? I mean, I can't punch him. I mean, I could punch him, but I
Oh,
shouldn't
you could
punch
punch
him.
him. I could punch him.
We can all punch him, but I don't think that's going to stop them from raising my rates.
Yeah. The one thing I do know, and I've seen it for a long time, is bureaucracy. They'll throw paper at it. They'll try to fling you out and do the whole thing. But you're somebody that's worked for the city for 40 years.
That's true.
If there's anybody that's has the ability to handle paperwork, it's you.
I can
So-
do it.
Yeah. And I think
I'm already imagining just like getting Kellen to help me with my paperwork. I know it's not going to happen, but it's a dream.
it is a dream.
It is just like, oh, I could get the floater to do actual work.
Yeah. So, yeah, I will wait until Smash thinks it's time to turn in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like 8:30.
Yeah,
I mean,
Okay.
right?
after Wheel.
Yeah. Ow!
Wheel Jeopardy, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I want to see if I can find that guy's address from his license plate.
Ooh, it sounds like the hack wants to do a little hacking.
Yeah, it's one of those where it's more social engineering in this case, but I figure I could probably weasel it out of somebody. Like if the car is in his name, if the car is in a law firm's name, or if the car is in a corporation's name, we'll find out if he's an individual, if he's a
Mhm.
principal for a law firm, or if he's working for a conglomerate.
Cool. I think it's a good difficulty to successfully navigate this research. but it is not tension is not in effect here. It's
Okay.
just a kind of you get the info or you're a little stymied.
So this is probably normal head.
Yep. Yep.
Eh. So probably 4. So
Okay.
it's 4 to get 2.
Yeah. Well, we'll call it typical, and 4 to get 2.
Okay.
In case you're wondering, I have the difficulties listed starting on row 32 of the character keeper, the team tab there, in case you ever
Okay.
need that for a cheat sheet.
Oh, okay, cool.
Probably could have pointed that out earlier. Sorry. That is exactly 2 successes.
Yep.
You are able to find out Asher Cannon's address. He lives in a high rise, not far from where you are right now, actually.
What floor is he on in the high rise?
He is on the 8th floor.
Oh my god, he probably has an elevator.
He totally has. He has the one that takes a key.
Oh, it goes right into the center of his apartment.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Oh god, I hate this guy already. I mean, not that I'm saying like people that have elevators, can be a little spoiled at times, but I guess if I was on the 8th floor, I would have an elevator. Seven floors is reasonable to walk, but the 8th, yeah, I'd probably have an elevator too. All right, so I kind of. Yeah, so I've got this information, and I'll just do a casual Google search of him. Does he have his headshot on the internet? Is he his own law firm? Yeah.
I think he's the Asher is the son of he's Asher Cannon the third.
Ugh.
Asher Cannon the second is one of the partners for VVG. This is his first job. He's Ivy League, kind of bought his way. His dad bought his way in. The side door.
So the question is his vanity page, like what is his web address? Is it a good web address or is it something crappy?
Oh, it's a good web address.
Yeah, it's like his name, Asher Cannon.
Yeah,
you got it. Yeah.
Or something. Yeah.
Pay top dollar for that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And it turns out that he's really into extreme sports, and he fancies himself a little bit of like a Red Bull kind of extreme sport athlete on the weekends. Lots of vanity pics of him with different girls, like Red Bull and Monster, model.
I hate him so much. I hate all the youth to this game so much.
Hey, well, I guess I'm 37.
You're not a youth.
Ute. So, all right. I guess I'll go back and I'll wait till the next morning, bright and early at about 4:30 in the morning when Angela wakes up.
Yeah, she probably wakes up around 4:30.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Let's see. I'm getting ready for my morning walk. And did you send me any of this information?
I tried to text it to you, but it was on an attachment, and there's just like a whole bunch of symbols and characters, and because you still have a flip phone.
Yeah, and I say like "Good morning," just texting, and I'm like, I don't know what this is. Can you tell me later?
Call me. I will call her as she's speed walking around the neighborhood and basically give her the rundown, verbally like a peasant.
Awesome.
Like a real telephone call.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Yep.
So we're just walking around and you're just telling me. I'm like, oh my god.
Cool. Yeah. So what I'd like to engage here, because you guys are low on Spark anyway, is
what? No.
I mean,
Hack's
not bad. Hack's pretty rough.
Oh yeah.
Hack's rough.
I only had 4 to start. I rolled a 1.
I know, that's what I'm saying. You're fine. You're fine. You did roll a 1. But because you start with D6 plus 3, and it's only D6 anyway. Why don't we have this be a little bit of a patrolling the neighborhood while you're doing the walk around? So patrolling the neighborhood is one of the ways you can refresh and get back some spark.
I love the idea of like everybody else does like night patrols and we just do early morning patrols.
Early morning patrols. Yeah, you
Oh,
guys
yeah,
are going
that's-
on a walk and you're chatting through all of this.
Yeah,
And you're
all the
patrolling the
mist.
neighborhood. There's always
Yeah.
crime that's happening at 4 a.m.
There's,
We
exactly.
do an 8-hour shift, and then we hit the early bird.
Yeah.
So Smash, since you're the walker, all you have to do is roll super plus heart. And you're looking for 4, 5s, or 6s, and for every success, you get back a spark, and then we'll work up a scene to see what it looks like, what trouble you ran into. I'm going to clear the dice that are out there.
We're not driving together in the car with the window rolled down.
But
You gotta
totally
get-
leave me in that
You
car.
gotta get
We
your
cannot-
blood going, man.
We have a Chekhov's car that we need to have. So you guys are driving in the car or walking around? Well, I like the car.
I
Let's
think
see
we're
the car
driving
then.
real slow with the windows rolled down, and Smash is going, "Citizen, have you seen any super activity? Young woman, have you seen any crime?
I got 2 successes.
Slow
All right.
down, slow down."
I
Cool.
definitely just like that person who was just like, "Is that your dog? You should pick up after your dog." Come
Oh,
on.
yeah.
This
Cool.
is all the people at like 5 a.m. who are just like stumbling out. Just like, pick up your dog's poop, vomit over there, please. Keep the sheets clean. Love yourself.
All right, cool. So with that success, 2 successes, each of you get 2 back 2 spark. And
Woo.
I think that in the neighborhood patrol, I think that there is you see that there was a lady who was trying to head to work, and some guy had been waiting outside of her apartment.
Terrible.
And yeah, so you take care of that. Is that a thing where you just run interference, or do you give this creepy stalker a talking to? How do you handle that?
Wait, are we armored while we do our patrol?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, then I definitely just not even talking to. Well, I do some kind of talking to while I'm beating the shit out of him about
Okay.
respecting women and and just like not being a creeper. Just all these things, just like learn your manners. What did your mother teach you?
Well, with your super and your hands ratings, yeah, you definitely take him out. That is no problem whatsoever. He's apologizing, spits out a tooth, and
You're slapping him in the face with a metal slipper.
Yeah, just like stop it! How dare you? She's a nice lady.
nice. And Patsy will forever be in your debt. Thanks, Smash. And she says she gets into her car to drive to her early shift.
Yeah.
And that's how you guys get back spark. That's one of the ways, is patrolling the neighborhood. So what do you guys want to do now? You know about Asher Cannon and the desire to try to drive you out of business. You have those 2 mercenaries who were evidently trying to do something to the house. Don't forget, you overheard a little bit of that conversation as well.
Oh yeah.
So what do you guys want to do?
Oh,
First
did
thing
you
I'm
tell me
gonna
about that?
Oh, not yet. But first thing I'm
Okay.
going to do is, after we successfully fight crime, we pull through the drive-through at Boba and Bao, and, and
Yes.
we get 2 boba teas, and then one says Hack and the other says Angela, and it's crossed off, and then it says Smash on it.
That's perfect.
I love it so much.
We're sipping our boba and driving around, and I start to tell you about the conversation that I overheard, and the fact that there's not a ton of superhero activity in this town, and for those 2 kids to potentially be involved in this, I guess the question is, did they know it was your house?
You kind of let it sink, that all of it kind of sink in. I'm like, well, Kellen, he was trying to get me to do some work and stay at the office, and I thought, on one hand, he could have known it was the house. On the other hand, he's pretty lazy, so it could go either way.
I mean, if it's one of those things where they thought somebody was out to potentially hurt you, and they were protecting you to keep you out of the way, that's one thing.
Yes.
If they knew that it was your house and they were keeping you occupied, that's another.
Well, we're gonna have to go find out. Who do you think we should investigate first?
Well, first of all, one of them is dumb as a box of hammers. So, that's probably not, we're probably not going to get a whole lot from Intrepid. So
I was
maybe,
thinking that too.
yeah, so maybe Slipshade,
Hmm. I mean, he's not much better, to be quite honest. I mean, but maybe you could try. You kind of get this vibe that as much as I don't, like, I'm presenting all this information, I also don't want to believe these two kids who I've known for so long would try to like do me in this way.
No, that's why I'm thinking that.
So I'm just like, I think obviously I think he's a moron, but at the same time I'm like, but he would never hurt me. I'm his Auntie Angela.
Yeah.
I think we should go after the insurance guy.
We're definitely eventually going to go after the insurance guy.
Mm-hmm.
But we should probably talk to your.
Yeah, come out to the annex. I'll keep everybody busy with some two brats, and you go talk to Kellen and see what you can get.
But the thing is, Kellen doesn't know that I know. Does Kellen know that I know who he is?
I don't think so. Because the sister doesn't know who you are, right?
Well, she does not know.
I mean, that's true. She don't know shit.
She's been told. She's been told who you are.
Yeah, but she doesn't know what his name is, so it's fine.
Yeah.
He's so like average, forgettable.
Yeah.
So, do we skip ahead to you guys at the annex? The City Hall annex? How do you want to approach Kellen? What's your cover here?
I don't necessarily know if I need I mean, at this point, I'm pissed because I'm thinking, she's thinking positive. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking negative. So I just say, don't worry, I'll just go have a conversation with him.
Oh, good. Okay. We'll get it all sorted out.
Yeah.
I have daydreams of all four of us beating the shit out of that insurance guy. It's a family thing. It's great.
Kellen shows up like only 18 minutes late.
Practically early.
And he has an apple pie that he has surreptitiously removed the price tag off of, but it's obviously store-bought. And he brings it to your desk and he says, Auntie, I just wanted to bring you this pie today.
Oh, you were so sweet. What? Oh, I love apple pie. Thank you.
I remember. I know. How are you doing? I heard there was some trouble.
Yes, my fence is down. My bird bath got a little smashed. The place next door definitely, terrible things, people going through windows. Who would do that? No one. But because I'm just saying this because there's other people around in the bullpen, the open bullpen.
That's right. But, it makes you more productive.
Yes.
Exactly. So, but I'm all good, honey. Don't worry about it. We're just going to figure things out for a little bit while we try to get repairs going at the house.
He goes over to where the coffee pod and the Keurig and all the other stuff is and pulls out. Of course, there are a bunch of utensils that have been around for a long time. And he cuts the apple pie up, and it's actually warm. And he puts a slice on a piece of on a plate for you, and hands you a little fork.
Oh, thank you, sweetie. You know what? I'm going to cut up this pie a little bit more. I'm going to give it to some of the girls up in the front. But let me go. And so I just kind of grab the pie and leave the room. We'll leave the area where you two are. It's kind of got a load moment.
Yeah, totally makes sense.
I kind of just raise my eyes up a little bit and I look at him and I go, Kellen, I think you and I need to have a little talk.
So does he know Brian? I assume he knows Brian because Brian's around Angela, but does he know Brian is hacked or is he just the IT / driver?
If he really wanted to put two and two together, he probably could.
So he doesn't know. Okay.
He doesn't know. No. Yeah.
Sure, Bri. What do you want to talk about, man?
You know that I do, IT stuff, right?
Yeah, and you work with my half sister too.
Yeah. You know that this is a city building, right? And there's a lot of let's just say you shouldn't say anything in this building on cell phones that you don't want people to hear.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So when you were talking to your sister right before the accident at Auntie Angela's house, that's a conversation you wouldn't want people to hear, right?
I'm not sure I know what you're talking about. He says feebly.
I go, yes, you do. Dude, did you bring her an apple pie to kiss her butt because you knew what was going to happen to her?
When nothing happened to her.
No,
She's
thanks
fine.
to you.
Man, this is rough. You're trying to get the truth out of him.
Yeah.
I think, unfortunately, he's kind of lazy. So the difficulties, unfortunately, it's just good to get him to spill the beans of what's going on. Are you the passion? Do you think you're fulfilling that team role?
Oh God, yeah. This is one of those where I am 30 seconds away from trying to smash this man through the table
Okay.
because
And then, yeah.
if he says, we knew that there were potential assassins coming to kill Angela, that's bad. So yeah,
Oh,
I think I'm just a right now I'm a very casually bottled thing of rage.
All right. So that's one.
Yep.
You're just
So-
talking right now. So that's being normal.
Yep. And so this is probably head because I'm trying to outthink him.
Fair. I'll take it.
Yep. And so yeah,
I'll put you at 5.
that's 5. And yeah, so let's roll 5 to try to get 2.
Okay. Oh, it's 3. Actually, a good
Oh.
difficulty is 3 pals.
Okay, then
Can I give you a spark? No, I'll give you a spark.
Yeah.
Because you're doing this on my behalf. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. 555 or
Nice.
556.
He looks over, try to make sure she's not there, and he says, "Hey, listen, man. I didn't know somebody told me I had to. It's our dad. He lied to us. He's like, I knew something was going to go on about the house, but
You know that house is all she has, right? I mean, you used to spend holidays visiting that house whenever your dad would bring you guys into town.
I know.
I mean, there are pictures of you in that house.
I was trying to keep her here while they did the thing, okay?
So you want to keep her here, or they tore her heart out? How long do you think she would live if that house goes away? Months, years?
It's just a house. She's got kids. They would put her up, man.
You've met her kids. They both suck.
I mean, grandkids are great.
Yeah, they might grow into something, but right now they're just, they're annoying and they sort of smell.
Man, like.
So here's the thing. She's got the house. Now, what did you know? Tell me.
Dad said he had a couple people who were going to come in and mess with the house. And then the insurance rates were going to go sky high and she wouldn't be able to afford it. And everything would be out. I didn't know it was going to be like Black Bow and Zero, man. That's way out of my league.
You realize Angela beat them both herself, right?
Yeah, well, that's because I didn't keep her out of it.
And here's the thing. At some point, that's exactly the kind of people you put on the costume to fight, right? So they
Yeah.
might be out of your league right now, but when they attack family, it doesn't matter what league they're in. That's a game we play.
Just gonna cry.
Shh, Angela, just go in the other room. So no, this is why we suit up. I might not have your pedigree. I might not have your magical abilities. I might have your family or your name. But damn it, I'm going to get my ass beat to protect her house. So just be a good kid, I guess. Stay out of the way. Or help your Auntie Angela. It's your call right now.
Hey, no, you're right. I just want out of here so bad. This job is the worst.
I know. She did this for 40 years, man.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I know.
I mean, she's obviously tougher than me. She did this job for 40 years.
Well, she's been leveling up on rats.
The thing is, like, that doesn't even register to him as like a gamer joke. Like, he doesn't.
Oh,
he's
that
just
was
like,
wasted.
what? Okay, whatever, man. Please don't tell her I was mixed up in this, okay? Brian, anything, man. Listen,
The only thing that would hurt her worse than that house right now is knowing that you knew. So you know what? She never needs to find out.
Brittany had no clue. I just told her stay at work no matter what
I know.
you hear. Okay.
I know. You're the brains of the operation.
Okay.
Yeah. So so we don't need to tell Angela anything.
All right. Cool.
Now,
Thanks.
here's the question.
Yeah.
Are you just gonna get out of the way? Or are you gonna help her? Because I'm not gonna tell her either way.
Wow, you are definitely reaching out with compassion here to try to
have a team up episode.
I know, are we? So I want to see this. It's a typical difficulty. You've kind of battened down the hatches there, lowered his defenses, but still you got to make this roll to knock him over the top. So you need 2 successes. You're definitely being passionate here, right?
Yep.
This is a thing a normal people could do.
Yep.
And you're using your heart. So that's 4 dice right there. Do you want to spend any spark?
Yeah, I'll spend 1 spark.
If you like, I can spend another one.
How?
I think that they're talking in my cubicle. There is a printed out picture of Kelly when he was younger. Right in my cubicle. It's a box of guilt. Is how I help.
That's really good.
That's perfect. Yeah, spend that spark. That is powerful.
Let's see. Let's get some rolls here. Reroll. Boom. 5, 6, 6.
Nice.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I know some people at VVG. I mean, Dad's a really big client, so
yeah,
I can fix that. And maybe like, I mean, is her fence still broken?
Come over this weekend. We'll put it. You and I will work on it. We'll put it back up for her.
Okay, good. Because Tiffany cannot hammer anything.
I know.
She can bring over.
I
like
bet you could hammer one.
Snacks.
She can bring snacks. No, she's not bringing snacks.
A store bought.
Okay, that's better. You know.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So it's
Oh,
like,
you're pretty good for an old dude, man.
yeah, thanks. Like you're never mind.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks, Brian.
Not a problem,
Cool.
man.
So we are 3 hours in. You guys have successfully defended your home and convinced one of your rivals to help you out in trying to avoid the policy inflation. It feels like it might be like the end of our issue, but I wanted to check in. Is there anything else you guys wanted to do? Any scenes that you wanted to have before we put these characters to bed?
No, I mean,
Nah.
I think they're good, unless you want to like go murder everybody.
No.
But like,
we're not the murdering type.
no, we're not. We're really not.
Yeah,
I think we got it.
I just want to fast forward, about a month in the future, when the four of us are trying to all fit in the Charger, just driving around on patrol.
And Tiffany keeps going, like, why am I even riding here? Because I'm super fast.
Like, because this is what teams do.
But like,
Kellen is like falling asleep because it's like 5 a.m.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god.
Next patrol, Kellen can work the radio.
Yes.
That's awesome. Oh, this was a delightfully quirky. This is like the superhero comic I would imagine would be on Archie Comics, like Archie Comics are great, in their own weird kooky way. I really enjoyed it. So at the end of every issue, just so you guys have a full flavor, and this is very, very quick. We dole out XP at the end of every episode or issue of the game, and you do it by asking a few questions. So the first question is, and this is for everybody to answer, did you clash with someone who threatened your neighborhood? Yeah,
absolutely. Yes,
definitely. Did you protect the citizens of your neighborhood at least once?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're citizens of our own neighborhood.
Absolutely. And the cops as well.
Yes. Absolutely.
Did you defeat a villain or have a conflict with your rival team?
Yeah, we have conflicts and defeated our immediate villains.
I know.
Yeah.
So that's 3 XP, and then those are the group questions, and then there's 2 questions that are individual. So these we didn't exactly hit in this session, but I will definitely ask you: did you struggle? We'll start with Angela, aka Smash. Did you struggle with your normal day-to-day obligations?
Not so much. I feel like there's something, if this is like a longer game, there would be something here with like,
Absolutely.
With like Kellen, being like the kid that she grew up with, who's also now, doing things that she would not approve of. So kind of, but not really. Like I'd pass it.
I agree. And then did you support another teammate when they needed you?
Absolutely.
So that's 4 XP that Desiree, that you would get for Smash. And you use that XP to increase your role, increase your mode, your stats, or buy a new power down the road. Let's ask those 2 questions of Hack. Did you struggle with your normal day-to-day obligations?
Not really. I mean, I don't know if they would have noticed that I, jammed out for the day.
Yeah, I almost brought that in. Like at one point I was like, is he going to get in trouble for blowing off work? But I didn't actually push on that particular bit. So yeah, I'm not sure he did. And then did you help a teammate when they needed you?
I like to think so.
Absolutely.
Yeah, cool. So that would be 4 total XP for Hack as well. Nice. And that's the game. That's Hit the Streets. That's how she rolls.
This is really, really fun.
Yeah.
Cute.
I really love this.
Cool. So at the end of every session after XP, I always like to do a little bit of Roses and Thorns. Again, not only is this a hobby for me, but a craft I can always get better at. Thorns are any aspects of the game that were a little confusing or missed opportunities, anything along those lines. And then Roses are where you can give positive feedback to your fellow players or talk about particular highlights of the game. We start with Thorns so that we can end with Roses. Desiree, what kind of what Thorns did you have to offer?
I'm trying to think. I mean, I was coming in fairly blind. So, a lot of things that like, if I didn't know something, I just chalked it up to like, well, I just am not familiar, as opposed to like, I don't understand something. Okay. But yeah, so I don't really think I have any crit at the moment.
Cool.
Um,
Okay.
yeah.
If you think of any, if Philip says anything and you're like, oh yeah, that's a thing, and you want to expound on it, feel free.
Yeah.
So what about you, Philip? What?
I liked it. I think it's one of those where they definitely quirky characters, which any city needs the quirky characters. But yeah, especially since we kind of crafted this neighborhood to be almost like the retirees, like this is like the weird neighborhood, so they should be protected by weird heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't necessarily know if there are any thorns.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. I have to say, you saw if you looked in the Team Gen tab, there's actually the drop down for why your group is together, and I specifically stuck in retirees because I just, and the fact that I got to because of the first ones that I've got to play with retire older supers, and it was awesome. So. Sorry, I'm sneaking in a rose there, but just wanted to throw that in. So I'll circle back around. Desiree, what roses did you want to offer?
Just it was really smooth. Like the scenes, the transitions, even what little combat we did, everything felt so natural, not bogged down by any sort of heavy mechanics that we had to think of that would. Because I don't mind a bit of crunch in my games, but definitely with a lot of action-y type of games, that mechanic slows down a lot of the momentum of narration. So this was just it was so fluid. I did one thing and then I set up my next thing, and then it turned off the next person, and then it was really, really nice to go that way.
Awesome. And Philip, what about you?
To feed off that, there are systems that are crunchy and then rules late, and this was rules enough. It's one of those where there's a mechanic there, there's a system there, but it's in a way that once you start doing dice pools, that conversation is also important. So the DM player conversation or the GM player conversation about dice pools is part of the fun. Let's try to figure this out.
Yeah.
So that was the only thing that was crunchy in that respect, but it was crunchy in a positive way. But yeah, I think it was nice and smooth and fun, and I like the fact that you're kind of building Gauntlet City. You're kind of building this whole,
Oh yeah, I love the neighborhood building. It was so fun, and I just love how even thinking about small buildings, just brainstormed all these interesting facts about the town. The fact that the fact that we made a place that's just retirees and artists wouldn't come out as well if we weren't building this weird ass town.
Right. The collaboration you guys at the neighborhood you created was just fascinating to me, and
because you could just see everybody who would live there. Here's a rundown apartment complex next to a boba joint. Of course, I know who lives here.
Yeah, that was great. I love some of the ideas you throw, from the dying mall to the idea that artists and retirees are in rent control places.
The city hall annex? Come on.
So crazy.
So mean and so on point.
Yes. Oh, delightful. You two were so fun to play with. I mean, I knew Philip coming in, and I figured anybody that Philip brings in is going to be good, and I was really
not as good as him. He definitely has a lot of magic with him, but you were great as well.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm going to stop the broadcast here.
Okay.
And so we'll just end